So anybody have any questions? After you guys watch my recent YouTube for past few days, you guys have any questions for me? Since I didn't see any question yet, I'd like to share with you that yesterday I made the post on the community on the Kung Fu criteria, K criteria. That is a must now, a must. Without a criteria, we really don't know what we are doing. See, in today, you can see many people talk about fight, this fight, that fight. What? Fighting. Who fight whom? Really, it is not directly got to do with the martial art systems. So that has to be separate. It's like you have Xi Xiaodong fight the Tai Chi Lei Lei. Wow. That actually doesn't tell much about Tai Chi. It doesn't. It just say that Xi Xiaodong defeat Lei Lei. No different than Rose KO Zhang Weili. You cannot say that, for example, like Rose martial art is the real martial art. Zhang Weili's martial art is a fake martial art. Well, both of them doing MMA, right? So we need to separate between who fight who win, and martial arts. It's like a two-car racer. They can race. One racer can win, but it really doesn't say much on the car they drive. They can both drive the same type of car, and still one will lose. And they can drive 4 different types of car, and one will lose. Well, it doesn't say anything much on the style of the car. So this is a problem now. So that's why we need the Kung Fu criteria or K criteria. You need to judge based on criteria. What is it? And you look into you analyze the style with the criteria. You look at this and say, okay, what does it have? Like a checklist. What does it have? What does it not having? And what is the strength? What is the uniqueness? What is the advantage? What is the disadvantage? You analyze what the martial art system is. You don't just using a guide to represent an art. It's like you use a guy to represent a brand name of car. You can't do that. You need to have a specifications or criteria. Say, okay, engine wise, this is 150 horsepower. This is 55 horsepower. And then, is it turbo or non-turbo? And is it polluted to the air or not polluted the air? You make that judgment there. Not who fight who win who, and then you make a judgment. So it is illogic, okay, to have those kind of thinking. Like in the YouTube, you can see this fighting, and then the commentary based on the guy who watched or the guy who owned the YouTube channel. Or you just get somebody who play MMA, and then you just discuss on the kung fu and so forth. Well, really, you can get 10 racer, the guy who raced, to talk about the engine of the car. Well, if the racer have no idea on what is the engine of the car, how that car, what you get out of there is actually, it doesn't mean anything because you don't present the facts. So for Chinese Kung Fu, for past 100 years, it is that serious. Okay? Whenever it is internal art, this is good art. It is Shaolin art, it is a bad art. It is Wing Chun, is a good art or bad art, or Tai Chi, a bad art. Well, all kinds of stuff, but nobody tell us what the heck is going on. Like, is this car is turbo? What is the horsepower of this car? What is the pollutions which create by this car? None, zero. And in Chinese Kung Fu, you see all kind of legend. Like, for example, because Bruce Lee practiced some Wing Chun, so is that Wing Chun is the best art. And now it's because Xi Xiaodong practice MMA or Sanda, so he defeat the Lei Lei. So is that the Sanda and MMA is the best art? Those are off topic. If you want to go engineering, you want to go with a sharp mind, those kind of stuff, it doesn't solve problem but create confusion. Now with the K criteria, as I put it, you have the fighting part. So let me pull this thing up for you. So this is in the my article, which everyone can see that, you know, that article there on the K model. Now everybody can go inside there. You want to talk fighting? All this criteria there. What do you have? What don't you have? What is your strength? Your strength here. What is your weakness here? You want to talk about mind and body handling? This entire thing is there. So you have both the ancient and modern sports science. So you go rate whatever it is. Of course, you go MMA. You say, well, MMA have all this, okay? But then MMA don't have this part. You go Tai Chi today have this part. You get nothing to do with this part. Okay? And then you look at the like judo. Well, judo have this part. It doesn't have this part. It doesn't have this part. You look at BJJ, the same thing. You look at Western boxing, the same thing. So 460 years ago, the four aspect is there. So who are we going to kidding that our art is the number one ultimate and everybody have to have were lost and will have to do this and that? For example, Zhang Weili was KO by a roundhouse kick type, right? To the face. You see how many people in Kyokushin, they get KO that way. So are you going to say that that is the best art, kicking in the Kyokushin way or Thai boxing way is the best, which will compare with other martial arts? Don't Zhang Weili know how to do ground fighting? So now do you have a problem? We cannot say that which is the best art. We can only say that what is that particular art cover and what is the uniqueness of or the strength of that particular art. You want to talk about Wing Chun? You want to talk about Wing Chun? Wing Chun is supposed to be this in the short strike. But then if you don't have that, you only have one of the orders of the 10. Now you know it is incomplete. You know now it's incomplete. So we actually can analyze the conditions of martial arts instead of saying, "Oh, this is a good art, this is a bad art, this is a fake art. This is what, this is what." If we don't even know this, we can not put this in the black and white. What are we doing? So as what I said, the guy who teach fake stuff is fake. The guy who critiques on fake is fake too, because they have no idea what they are talking about. Do you think you will see those stuff in nuclear engineering or aerospace engineering, or when they try to build the commercial airplane? Of course you don't. So you see 99.999% of today's orders, MMA is good, Kung Fu is bad, is depend on this category. The brain is not thinking straight. And it boils down to what? It boils down to like entertainment advertisement. You get people go down there, oh, I advertise this, and then I just go and then doing all kind of stuff, and then have this competition, and you make a setup, who win, who lost, and then you promote which style and so forth. This is what it is. Last week, a sad news in Taiwan is I think it's a 7 or 9-year-old who practiced judo and get into a big disaster. So are you going to tell me that judo is better than Wing Chun? Or judo is better than Tai Chi? I don't buy that. Because the term better doesn't mean much. What is supposed to be is, like in the K criteria, Oh, judo have this part. Judo doesn't have this part. Judo have this part. Judo doesn't have this part or doesn't have this part and so forth. Look at all those who practice BJJ. Did they practice, they use Western boxing stuff? Now, if they're using Western boxing stuff, are they still BJJ? Look at the Wing Chun people who practice Wing Chun. When they fight, do they use boxing stuff? If they do, then they are not boxing. They are not Wing Chun. So we are not honest to ourselves. Everybody selling their stuff, who is not. We are not honest. Face it. And this is the world like that. So that's why I say, okay, let's stop all this nonsense. Put into the K model. Okay. Then everything is by specs. Is that what is the engine? Is it a four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive? Is this a car? Is it a boat? Is it a turbo? What is the pollutions to the air? What does it do to help the body? What does it do good in the fighting? What area it is good in the fighting? Instead of going round and round and round. Well, if it is not clear like that, like today, like many of our friends in MMA and so forth is saying that Kung Fu is fake, just go watch the YouTube, right? In fact, the MMA people, many MMA people, is actually doing the same thing as the Chinese in 100 years ago. They have no criteria. They will say, I'm better than you because I can beat you. And even the Chinese today, Santa is better than Chinese Kung Fu because Santa can beat Chinese Kung Fu. But you say, hey, what is the criteria? What does your Santa do? If you want to sell me a iPad, you want to tell me what is the iPad do? You can. You just say this iPad is better than other iPad, or this tablet computer is better than other tablet computer. But you cannot tell me what is the spec which is better than other. So the same. MMA today and 100 years ago, Chinese, same thing. And you can solve this issue. For us, is we want MMA to do good. We want BJJ to do good. We want every art to do good. And thus, if we have a criteria, we can say, okay, this is our specialty. This is good. This is this. And if we combine this, we can be good. And this, everything is honest and clean and clear. And everybody respected. So that's the notion of the criteria. Because it will not, it doesn't work. So as what in my book, the 1560s, Kung Fu 1560, I pulled that out by history. Can any MMA guy who say that, MMA is a new invention, and some say it's Bruce Lee invention, and some say this and that say it's their invention? I say no. 450 years ago, have any one of you guys surpassed that? Obviously, you don't. And then you say, well, you cannot fight this and that. Well, that's what I said the other day. You go check who the Qi Ji Guang army fight. Well, Japanese warrior come with a katana and come with the jujitsu. So nothing in the world cannot be broken, cannot be break like this case in the General Qi Ji Guang. The only thing is to keeping learning, to keep progressing. That is the most healthy stuff. Or else we put, we become victims. Why? Today, this grandmaster and his teacher, his student, because a grandmaster have a student which is famous, and then everybody say, "Oh, just go doing this. This is the best. This is the best." Tomorrow, the other guy defeated and another grandmaster and his student. Then go this way, this way, this way. We just victim to running around. So the K criteria I'm putting here is, let's put everything in the clear perspective. Like we are the consumer. We want to know what is going on. Think about the judo kids who get into the serious injury in Taiwan, practice judo. Do you think the father, the mom like that? So you need a criteria, okay? So that's why I say this channel is not Wing Chun channel or whatever channel. This channel is the culture and education, so that we know what are we getting into. We don't discriminate anybody, but we tell the truth on what it is. So here I see nationwide 6661 say, sadly, not having a straight mind is becoming a general problem for society, even when you watch the people dying COVID-19 and so on. That is the problem. If we don't have a clear mind, we fight each other, we do all kinds of silly things, and at the end we found out that, oh man, this is just because of a certain people. Like right these few days, when I was talking with the friend in Asia, I say, you know what, the Tai Chi people now they need to straighten their act. The guy, there's a person who wrote an epitaph. This is at the end of the Ming Dynasty. Completely, there is no mention of Qi Ji Guang and so forth. Completely praising the Zhan Sanfeng, the internal, saying that the Shaolin is the external school, blah, blah, blah. The internal is good and blah, blah, blah. Now, I asking people, I said, okay, we know by evidence today, Shaolin is influenced by the Ming military. By evidence, Qi Ji Guang, the Tang Sunzhi's influence, and then the Yi Dayu influence. Now, Shaolin fight in the Japanese pirate battle. Now, where is your Tai Chi guy? Where is your mighty internal art Tai Chi guy there? Are you sure that Shaolin is this and that? Because when you pointing finger at the Shaolin is no good. Shaolin is no good. You're pointing finger at who? At Qi Ji Guang and Yi Dayu. You know, you read my book, Kung Fu 1560. You're pointing at the Ming military who defeat the Japanese pirate. Now, where are you? Where are you guys, Tai Chi guy? And you see, for past 100 years, it's just brainwash everybody in China, and everybody go down there, even including today's Wing Chun. Who are you going to kidding? If you use the criteria to look into that, even Wing Chun today about the structure, about the mind power, all those are actually influenced by the Tai Chi propaganda. Technically, it is like that. It's not Hendrik say that. It is by evidence. So you get all this innocent us get turning around by all these people. And thus, you need a criteria and a straight mind. All right? Let me check one thing. So now is the situations. So this is the situations now. So are we going to solve this problem that everybody benefit, every style benefit? Because once you solve this issue, every style, disregard of your judo, BJJ, or anybody, will work on their style, improve their style. Like today's, like you have tablet computer, you have the smartphone, you have the Apple smartphone, Google smartphone, Samsung smartphone. Everybody making better, better, better. But right now it's not. So the same thing question can be asked. Zhang Weili can get KO by just a simple kick. Of course, somebody can get taken down and KO there, and somebody can the take down to the ground and lost in the ground and get KO there, get submissive and everything. And somebody can get a jab from Western boxing and KO. Look at in the MMA. So there is no invincible or the ultimate fighting or whatever style, and every style have to pay a price, because once you get to here, once you get to the fighting part, you have to pay a price, especially the style which do not have this. Now, of course, if you have this, you don't have this, then you don't want to call it a martial arts. Like today's in Tai Chi, people playing the solo stuff. In Wushu, how is that martial arts? There's no momentum there. How is that martial arts? Same with you play Wing Chun, you stand in down there in the Xiu Lim Tao, not moving, you put your structure there, and then your punches, like yesterday I showed that your immobile thing, you have all kinds of stuff. And you just look at the Western boxer. Did they throw it this way, or they throw from different angle with their punch, their jab? Well, it's easy to get in from here. And yet this immobile elbow cannot handle it. This body mechanics. So it is time for us to do it in a really rational, scientific way. Everybody can be style, but no longer because one guy fight, the other guy win, and then that mean that the other style is no good. So right now the logic is, if one guy fight the other guy, he win, that means the other guy's style is no good. That's what it is. And if we say, oh, martial artist is the practice of the martial arts, the martial artist is searching for truth, then don't we want to point out that, hey man, that is not truth. So as you see here, I'm not Wing Chun, I'm not whatever. I just say that if you look into this, you have a criteria that is the best for everybody. So we don't put down people. We don't promote people for nothing, for whatever it is not true. Anybody have any questions? And what I'm just telling you guys probably is really hard to swallow. Is it? And I have no idea why don't people think this way. Why people always have to think that way? Because I defeat you, then my style is better than your style. So that's why the notion I wrote down the 1560, Kung Fu 1562. Well, please show me that you have a better technology than Qi Ji Guang in writing. And today, Chinese Kung Fu doesn't even have 1/4 of what Qi Ji Guang have. Face it. So this is how bad it get into already. Okay. And you love Wing Chun, I love Wing Chun. You love MMA, I love MMA. You love BJJ, I love BJJ. You love Kyokushin, I love Kyokushin. We all love our art. But you know that if we continue to think the distorted way, nothing will come out good, because what we do to others, others will do to us. Am I right? So that is what I like to share with you guys. It is a problematic now. It's like marketing and keeping selling thing, and you just twisted the entire thing so that the common people, like the 7-year-old or 9-year-old in Taiwan, now get into trouble. See, we don't want to do that. And actually, I have just come up with another tools called the Red Boat Rail. Red Boat Rail. The reason I come up with that is because many Wing Chuners today who message me, even after they use try out the Red Boat training band, they feel that their body is acting very strange. It's broken apart. Their breathing is broken apart. They cannot breathe, even with the Red Boat training band. So asking me, is there any alternative? So that's why I come out with a tools called a Red Boat training reel. Last time I showed you guys already, right? You can see that if I just move my entire body, or I just move my upper body. So I want to release that so that everybody, our sisters, okay, especially female, I'm not looking down on female here, but I like them to build stronger mechanics for the Wing Chun. You cannot stand in your stance and structure to against any bigger size of a man. You can't. So you have to be able to handle your body first. So that is what is I'm going to share with you guys, so everybody be able to develop it. Okay, Lawrence say, is it true Wing Chun always simultaneous attack and defense, or is made up? Is that made up? A lot of people say there's Wing Chun definitions. Well, if you watch my video, past 2 video, then you will see that, right? So I suggest Lawrence watch that 2 video, because words is just words. You want to see what it is. So watch my previous 2 videos, okay? Lawrence here say it is a problem cause a lot of art attack and defend at the same time. People don't see it's the close body handling that define us. Well, again, please watch my video on wake up, that wake up video, and that hello video, which is I released 2 days ago. Okay, you need to know what is the content, in just not just ideas. Even you say that attack and defense simultaneously. What do you mean by attack and defense simultaneously? For example, meaning that you punch me, I block you, and then punch you, or I don't have to do anything. I just throw a jab with the angle. Then I defense and I attack at the same time. So that is the thing. So you guys, Lawrence, you see what I mean? Attack and defense in the same time, simultaneously attack and defense. That's what I said. If you do it, you throw a punch at me, I block your punch, and then I punch you. Is that defend and attack? Or if I just do Western boxing, you punch me, I get into the angle and I jab you. Am I defense and attack? Or every martial arts, every proper martial arts is doing defense and attack at the same time? You clear, Lawrence? Yeah, please watch my past 2 videos so that you can see many things there. Okay, this is technical issue. This is not about who, which is which. So anybody have any questions? If there's no more question, I will close down this today. Seems that there are no more questions here. Okay, so talk to you guys next week since there are no more questions here.